Okay, the last thing I'm going to throw out, and I'm going to throw it to Tiffany if you're comfortable, Tiffany Hannah, because I've got to like witness as like someone who's become your online friend and also someone who has been following you since like over a year ago. I've seen your account grow. And it's like, I remember one time I messaged you and I was like, you have 7,000 followers today. And you're like, don't tell me that. You're like, I don't want to know. But I was like, I looked at the other day, it was like 2,000. Like, I just haven't seen an account grow that fast. And especially certain periods of time. It's like a week. I don't see your account for a week. Then I look and you have 30,000 people. Like, it's really surprising. And I'm wondering like how that feels to have people like relate so much to what you have to say. And
It's well deserved.
Thanks. I'm man, I'm like overwhelmed like most of the time. Like it's so weird because like I've had like these few people that have been following me for like so long, like you, Jersey, and like a few others, and they're like, I remember when you had like 700 followers, you were just ranting on here. I was like, and you would tell me like, I just needed to reach one person. Like that's what I would tell everybody. I was like, I just need to reach one, just the right one person, and then I'm gonna go like, I'm gonna shoot all the way to Oprah. I know it. Just one person is gonna connect me with Oprah. I knew it, but I wasn't expecting like it to happen the way that it did, or like so fast, or like have so many like people and like different people. Like I didn't want to just have like I didn't want to just be like a space that was just like parent space, or just an autistic space, or I wanted to do like all of it. I want to do like parent, autism, writing, poetry, funny stuff, like just like kind of like put a bunch of who I am into it, but also let you know that this is an advocacy thing. This is what I'm trying to, do, make the world a better place for myself and my children and their children and everybody else's children, all of that. But like to grow that fast is like, is overwhelming. And like you said, I don't like to look at it because then I get like really stressed. And so I try not to look at it, but then when I have to go and change my bio, then I see it. And then I'm like, I'm stressed like for like 2 weeks. And then like you get the messages and then you're just like, I gotta answer them all, and I have to like respond to every single one. And then I'm like, I don't know how to help this one, but then I like try to, it's so overwhelming, but I'm so excited for the like support and the love and the sense of community, because it's something that I didn't have when I was diagnosed the first time. I didn't have community. I didn't have like, there was no neurodiversity when I was diagnosed the first time. It was just a scared kid, like 4 hours away from home in college, and I get diagnosed, and I'm alone, and I had no one else there, and just trying to figure it out and trying to push everybody away. And that's when I met my husband, and that was like the first thing that came out of my mouth was like, I'm autistic. I'm autistic. And then he was just, I thought I was trying to scare him like away because I couldn't do like people, and there's like he's just always was there, and I was just like, I don't want it, none of this. And I thought it was gonna.
he's just always there.
Yeah, he was. He was like there. He's like, want McDonald's? He was want some chicken nuggets, and I'm just like, no. And he didn't go away, so he was like my only real like support was just him. And I didn't have community, and I didn't have a home, and I didn't have a place, and I didn't have any of that. So to go from there to now, where you have like a bunch of all of y'all and everybody else, it's just like, it's so like amazing and overwhelming at the same time. But I got all you guys to like help me get through all of it. So it's less overwhelming. You know, we could just sit around and pop anxiety pills together.
I mean, that's what we did
y'all.
today. That's what we like. Essentially, everyone I was messaging that telling I took an anxiety pill, I was getting them right back, being like, "Me too."
I love that you can hear the Texas. How?
Oh yeah, you have a great Texas accent.
All
I
y'all.
try to keep
Yes.
it. I try to keep it like real, like light, and then everybody's like, you know, when you get real excited, it come out. And you be like, really? I'll be like, oh my gosh.
It feels like home. I love it.
Brandy has an amazing accent too. It's interesting to hear the difference in Southern accents because Brandy's is like slow, and Tiff, yours is quicker. Like it's like in every, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like Brandy draws out the syllables, and you talk fast, Tiffany.
I'm trying to get through. Like if I get through it real fast, then I'm done. But like with my family, I slow it because they have a slow draw too. So it's like you gotta slow it down a little bit, and then you gotta kind of like pick it up a little bit. And then it's different in different parts of Texas because so doggone big. So like when we lived in East Texas, I was like, I can't understand nothing else. Like
oh no, talk about a draw.
Yeah, now I'm in West Texas, and they can't understand anything I'm ever really. So that's one of the things that makes it hard here, and I rely a lot on like writing and typing and texting here, is because they make me kind of feel a little bit more like not want to say ashamed, but I just when I get like in those spaces where I feel like, okay, this is the second person today who didn't know what I was saying, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I probably won't speak for like a week.
That's so interesting. That happens to me too. And we've talked about this kind of in messages a long time ago, but like even during this, I'm really trying to articulate myself. But one of the reasons I hate being on the phone is because people don't understand what I'm saying.
Yep. And that gets to me too. And then a lot of times it's like my family will try to say, oh, it's just the accent, it's just this. But I always think it's something like else, or like I feel like it's something internal, like in me or something. Like they just think I'm broken, you know. And I just kind of like blow it up a little, and then I'm just like, okay, and then I just drop off and I don't speak for like a while until I get the courage to do it again. And it usually requires me leaving the area that I'm in. Like I have to actually leave West Texas to feel better, and then come back. And then I'm like, okay, I'll try again, like a reset. Because like Lyric knows West Texas is weird, and it's I need to be in Central Texas for my people. So
Central Texas is the only part of Texas that's okay.
It really is. It seems like it's the only kind of tolerable place in a state where there's a lot of intolerance.
It's a blue dot in the middle of a big red gooey.
I was going to say that there's a blue dot in the middle of Texas.
Yeah, that's
what I've heard. It's called Austin.
It's hard.